On this episode of the No Chill podcast, we have one of the most publicized, physically gifted, and dynamically skilled players in his class, Amari Bailey. For a kid that started out in Chicago and ended up in California at Sierra Canyon, Amari's early progression has been unreal. As a sophomore, he showed out and showed why he has pro makeup with 2 years left to go in high school. For Gil, it's Amari's ability to adapt and bring high-level versatility that sets him apart from the field. His explosiveness and bounce make him highlight material, but look closer and his vision and ability to play make have him on another level. Also, for you Iverson fans, we have the ultimate AI salute, No Chill edition. So get ready, lock in. It's a really special edition of the No Chill podcast. Remember, you can get every episode as soon as they drop on the Himalaya app or wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to check out the video version on the No Chill YouTube. And don't forget, every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, No Chill with Gilbert Arenas on Fubo. Welcome to another edition of No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. Tonight, and I say that tonight because it's after hours here, Gil. I'm Mike Botticello. Gil.
What's happening?
Say hello to Amari Bailey. Lefty. Yes, we don't get a lot of lefties here.
Yes,
you
sir.
They're a rare breed. They're a special breed.
Facts.
And here at Chatsworth, Sierra Canyon, high-profile school, but you originally come from Chicago.
Yeah.
So it's about time, Gil, we get someone from somewhere else to speak up, because we always talk about LA Hoopers, and I'll agree. I just like to present other cases, right? So for other parts of the country, other parts of the globe. But Chicago in particular, there's a style of play there. So you were originally from Chicago, you migrated here to LA, so now you see those two worlds.
Yeah.
What is it about Chicago Hoopers, first of all, that we need to know about?
Every Chicago Hooper got grit, some type of grit. That's for one. You can be playing against someone, it might be the weakest person on the floor, but they'll give you the hardest time just because of their pride. Like, that's one thing about Chicago basketball that I picked up early on, for sure.
What does that mean to you?
No, that's what they have. Grit, grind from back when I played with Will Bynum. You know, you got all those, Will the Thrill, like you got all those guys that, Quinn Richardson, that's what they prided themselves on, just playing hard, and then you add the athleticism out the roof.
Athleticism, so.
Like the most athletic kids are from Chicago.
Iggy's
in Chicago? Hell, his brother jumped higher.
That was what I wanted to bring up.
His brother, I seen him.
No shoes on window.
You ever met his brother?
Nah.
Huh. You think, okay, so you've seen Iggy, right?
Yeah.
So he has an older brother. I was in the gym, and they were just going back and forth. He said, bet the 10 racks, bet the 10 racks.
Yeah.
He was like, no, you can't do it. You're old, you're washed. He said, bet it. Iggy was like, bet. So I'm not paying attention, so I'm just sitting there, and all I see is someone jump, stand still under the rim, between the legs. Whoa.
Oh.
And I sit there, like, did he make that?
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah. Do that again.
Did it again.
He jumped and just threw it in. Whoa. And I was like, yo, where do you play? And niggas said, he don't play basketball. It was like, he don't know. They said, jumping, he's probably the highest jumper in the world.
Yeah.
Come to basketball, he don't know how to dribble and walk at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, yo, just let me have some of that jumping. Let me have some of that jumping ability. That's sitting at like a 52, 50 something. I'm like, dang. But it's like from day one, Will Bynum, all of them, those jumpers, just people who can just get off the ground.
So there's that foundation. So it starts with that grit, athleticism, sprinkle in some creativity, right? Now you bring that out to LA.
Yeah.
So how do you combine those styles?
I feel like my grit and like just my mentality on the floor, like that's gonna take me over the top in like a lot of aspects. And I feel like my creativity, I don't know, it like brings a flavor to myself like not a lot of people like really know. So
how's the training out there for your age group? Is it a big difference from, you having West Coast trainers versus the guys who would be training in Chicago?
Yeah, I feel like the guys, you gotta come across the right people in Chicago because I don't feel like everyone in Chicago knows like what they're doing. They just know like how to work hard. I feel like you come out to the West Coast, they're like more, like there's a variety of options out here that you can choose from. So I would say that, but you got to pick and choose your people wisely in Chicago.
Yeah, because it seems like just from social media standpoint that you'll see all these like dribble kids and guys who can shoot. They don't live here, and then 2-3 months they're stationed in, Cali now.
Yeah.
So it seems like everyone is just migrating here, and it seems like, like even for, young kids, it's like, do you want to stay in the same state you're staying and watching all the trainers migrate there, and you just like, I got to Instagram the move, like, okay, I can.
Yeah.
So it seems like, the advantage is coming to the West Coast kids because
everyone's coming to the West
everyone's
Coast.
coming to the West.
Facts. We'll acknowledge that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We'll acknowledge that.
Okay. That just sounded weird coming out of your mouth. I don't know, facts. It didn't hit right.
Well, because I knew you probably want me to argue with you.
No, I'm just saying it didn't hit right. Just that word, it didn't.
You weren't expecting that?
No.
Yeah.
You're right.
I like to catch them off
It just
guard.
didn't hit the same.
The other thing, though, you want to recognize that the competition is here, too. And I think that's probably what you crave more than anything is to recognize, like, man, if it's all happening there, I got to be there. Or that when I'm there, I'm going to remember this is, really where I came from.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like I've always had that mentality, like just line them all up. It doesn't matter who it is. Like I don't really care. And I just felt like everyone is like on the West Coast. Like everyone wants to play someone from Cali. You like look at the history. Like I'll just go recent. You want to play Stanley Johnson. You want to play the Josh Christophers. You want to play like everyone that's in California. You feel me? So.
I heard that about you. They said you take all the smoke. They said it's like, from when Cash is there, you're like, yo, let's play ones.
Yeah, right after practice,
They said the same thing. Yeah. Yo, William, let's play ones. So they said, that you about that. Like you just want to challenge everyone. You didn't care who it was. Practice, they said that you were a student of the game. That you always wanted to get better. And that's a big compliment because, when you're in high school, you're just playing off of just natural ability. What you see on Instagram, but they say, no, he studies the game. He practices 3, 4, 5 times a day, just trying to get better.
There's a reason why we're taping here at night.
And they said from the end of the season till now, they said you're 10 times better.
Yeah, I would say so too. Yeah.
And they said, the best thing about you, which is a very great quality, is you adapt quick. See, people don't understand that about hoopers. If you can adapt, you could get lost in the game. Because let's say if you played the point your whole career, we'll say Dennis Smith Jr., and then you get someone like Luka comes, and they say RB to 2, and he's never learned how to play without the ball, he gets shuffled. You're talking about a guy who had a promising career, gets shuffled, and then goes to New York, same thing. So you want to be a guy that they put you at the 2, you know how to thrive. They put you at the point, you know how to thrive. So you never have to worry about getting bounced anywhere because you can play with anybody.
Yeah, I've always, like every gym that I've been in, I've always had this conversation with other players because like, one thing about like, guys that are like younger and they have like this type of swag or they have like this publicity or that publicity, like they like lose the sight of like there are other people that are in the league, like that are grown men that know what they're doing. So like I always say, if I get drafted to the Bucks, like I'm gonna have to defer to Giannis. So like what am I gonna have to do like while I'm on the Bucks that'll help them like get over the hump, like that's always been my thing.
Yeah, and that's how it is. It's adapting to the environment, and then once you adapt, try to be dominant.
Yeah.
And it takes a while to adjust to different stars, and that's where your IQ comes in at. You figure out what they're great at, their weaknesses, their strength, and then you play within that. So if I know you're on a break and you're on the right side, and I know you're gonna always fake baseline and come back middle, I'm not gonna cut.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna cut because I know you're there. If I know you pass great going a certain way, I'm going to stay on your passing side.
Yeah.
You know, so that's how you survive and you grow with other people around you.
When you get like a certain role that you're not really accustomed to or you're used to, like the best thing I think you can do is just embrace that, because once you embrace that role and like what the culture is trying to like bring you into, your like leash is gonna get longer and longer, and that's what people fail to realize. And people want to just move around instead of like just sticking to like what like you gotta do.
Yeah, that's that that's that old man, coach ain't with me right now.
Right.
You know, that's that saying. You know, because I know you went from a 2 and they put you at the point this year, right?
Yep.
And then you tried to get the team involved.
Yeah.
You know, you tried to get the team involved early, and then once you realize that like, I can just play. You know, that's what I said. It
was a transition at first.
Most of the time,
sure.
you know, because in our minds, we think 2 guard is the scorer, the point guard is the playmaker. In reality, it's guards, forwards, and centers. Well, in today's game, it's a little bit, you know, different. You got you got centers that can play the point, and you know, it's whoever your best playmaker is. You know, so the reason that they throw you to the point is because your vision.
Yeah.
So all you do is just you play your game still, knowing that your vision is point guard like. So you can still make those easy passes. It's like if you look at somebody like Westbrook or James Harden, they average 36, they average 27, and then you're like, how do they average 10? Because they're so aggressive attacking that every pass that make, they're open. But if you just try to sit there and just play make and you're not shifting the defense, then all those passes are meaningless.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was my problem like at the beginning of the year. Like I watched film on myself and I'll like look back at the beginning of the year, like even midway through the year, I'll just be like, what the hell was I doing? Like I could have broke this dude down, got someone a shot, could have got myself a shot, but I didn't like really peep it until like the end of the season.
Yeah, but you know that's all of us. All guards. We don't understand what our purpose is.
Right.
You know, we get hit with playmake. So all right, you just want me to pass the ball all the time. So all right. You know, like, no, that's not playmaking, that's passing.
Right, yeah.
That is passing. Playmaking is going making plays. Yeah. That's whatever the best play is. So if you have an advantage over somebody, take that advantage every single time. Okay, my corner guy's there, boom, he's helping, I'm gonna pass it. Boom, he hits a 3, next time I go, I'm gonna fake it, he's gonna go, I'm gonna make the layup. Right. You know, like you use your gift to get where you need to, because if you take away your gift trying to help someone else out, it doesn't work the same way. You can you can go there and make 100 passes non-aggressively and have 5 assists. And you be like, yo, what is dude doing? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you just gotta do you.
Yeah.
But here's a question. What if your gift is both? What if you can score and distribute? So you think of a guy like Luka, right? Mm-hmm. Really, he's a mismatch because of his height at the point for everybody, you know? And then he also can set up his teammates.
Yeah, so
his mindset is, I'm just gonna pick my spots.
No, that's the same thing with him. Because their vision is great, all you do is just play the game.
Yeah, like I don't think you can like, I don't know, you can't go into the game like just looking for stuff, like unless you know your personnel, but like, I just feel like he said, you just gotta play.
Mm-hmm. Just play attack, just play your best ability. You know, that's what I was taught in Washington, because you start reading and like, yo, he only averages 5 assists. And I'm saying like, but I pass the ball way more than this.
Right.
They just put the ball on the ground, they don't shoot. You know what I mean? And then I kept it was killing me. And you know, the general manager came down, and Grunfeld was like, why are you trying to be a point guard? He said, last game you took 5 shots and you still only had 7 assists. And I was like, yeah, I peeped that. He's like, yo, just go and do you, just do you. The assists will come. You know, sometimes when you're at the rim, the big man there, just drop it off a couple times.
Yeah.
You know, that's all you gotta do, right there, just drop it off, lay it up to him. And I'm like, all right, okay. You know, then I had to, understand that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, let the game come to you. What I wanna go back to is what you said is, you welcome that competition and the challenge, you want the smoke.
Yes.
People don't understand that. You just say, oh yeah, why don't you want to play everybody? There's a difference. Some guys just don't have it, or are wired in a different way? What is it?
I just feel like there's like a certain it factor, and it's like very clear. Like you can like look in someone's eyes and tell like if they like have that like in them or not.
But that is facts.
You can like that ass like look at someone and be like, yeah, nah, he's not like that until you show me otherwise. That's just always been.
And
me.
that's that's a great gift to have too, where you can just look at a guy and just be like, all right, he's soft. You know what I mean? He's more internet hype than he is a real basketball player.
Has to be a lot of these guys too.
And it's confidence, but you'll see a talent out there, and like when people say, yo, why he didn't make it? He didn't have it. He had the skill, he didn't have it up here. He didn't have the heart. So whenever real competition came and challenged it, he backed down every single time. He was ghost.
So the important thing there too is that you're measuring yourself up against your competition. I mean, that really is what you want to know.
Right.
How do I stack up against these guys?
Yeah. I mean, I've just always, I don't know. Until like proven otherwise, like I play to be the best. I don't play for any other reason. So like if you're the best player in this gym, like I want to play you. I don't really care for anyone else. I know like what I'm capable of. I'm not gonna say it, but like I know what I'm capable of. I just want to play you. So that's always been my thing, to just play the best competition, the best people. I don't care if I lose, win, like I'm gonna run it back. And that's just been me.
And even if you lose, let's say, you can evaluate, okay, these are some things I need to work on or things I want to like really just solidify.
I'm like, I didn't lose. Like, I just missed shots. That's all. Like, I didn't really lose to you. Like, you didn't get the best of me. I just felt like I missed shots or whatever the case may be.
You can't look at it as a loss. You gotta look at it as a lesson that helps me get better.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's one of those things where if you're playing someone better and he gets the best of you, you just evaluated where you're at and what you need to work on.
Right.
It's like the only way you get better is to play against better players.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you keep playing against the people you're better than, you're not gonna get better. Yeah. They're gonna get better. You're not gonna get better. So you wanna always keep, gravitating to the best.
Yeah.
If you're number 3, go find number 1. You become number 1, go find number 1
next class.
And in the next class. You know what I mean? You gotta keep, just keep striving for, better players.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, once you get thrown into college and the NBA, there's no age.
At all.
At 24, you're trying to be the best player in the league. It ain't, I'm trying to be the best 24-year in the world. Nah, I'm trying to be the best player in the league. I don't care about your age. I don't care about none of that. Okay. So that's the importance that, you can't back down. You gotta, the NBA is about mentality. Basketball is mental.
Yeah.
So, even in high school, he's supposed to be nice. I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna look at his swag. See, how many times he gonna look over here, I'm gonna just stare at him. So when he catch eye contact, he can see, I got my eye on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to, it's that Mike Tyson. You come out, we just going eye to eye to see what you're about, just to see if I could see through your soul. And be like, oh yeah, he ain't got it today.
Yeah.
He's scared guys. You know what I mean? Because that's half your battle.
Yeah.
If you can get a guy scared before you step on the court, and I used to do this, like, I'll tell my people, like, yo, I'm about to throw it, I'm gonna go there and do a regular dunk. Just be like, oh! I go up there and do the little one hand. Back then, it was just a quick little one hand. What y'all do now? I was like, go up there and dunk it. Yeah, I was windmill. No, I ain't get that to NBA. You go up there and dunk it. Everybody, oh! You got the whole side looking, what do you do?
Yeah.
Do one of those, that freaks people out. You believe it or not, it's scary. It's intimidation.
So I have a question, if you mind ask. So like, what you said, like basketball is mental. I think it's like 95% mental. If you ask me, what was your biggest like transition mentally, like going to the league?
Being a kid amongst adults, because they're stronger, wiser, more experienced. So no matter who you are, no matter what pick you are, when it comes to experience, you are last.
Right.
So because of that experience, you you're like the little puppy that's scared. You're scared to mess up. So you start playing like how you played when they put you at the point for the first time. You're so timid. You don't want to mess up. You don't want these guys to look at you for because there's that totem pole, and you just wait my time. But once you get past the thought of that and just say, yo, they're basketball players. I'm a basketball players. Let's just go at it.
Right.
Let's go at it. Like I remember when I was playing one-on-one against Larry Hughes, it was 27-3. I scored 3. But he wasn't beating me. He was beating me because I was scared. It was Larry Hughes. You playing you playing defense, he get in the defensive stance. I'm just checking it, and it's like, yo, that's not my game. Yeah. So the adjustment is, being a kid trying to be an adult.
Yeah, okay.
And that's all it is. It's just trying to be a professional.
Yeah.
Professional. But it's to the end, you're a kid in an adult atmosphere trying to blend in. Yeah. It's while still trying to be who you are. So, when you get there, be you. No matter, be you. You go in there, I don't care what pick you is. Hey, what's happening? Where the rock at? Who want to play ones?
Right.
Oh, you weak. You gotta, it's the same, it's the same group of people. You just, that's just the best pickup game in the world. That's all it is.
Yeah.
What you said there is what's important is to know your style. Know what you can do, not that what you can't do, but what, play within yourself in that sense. And that's something that you have to establish early. Earlier the better.
Play within yourself?
Your style. Wow. So for you, have you identified that, or are you still experimenting a little bit?
I'm still experimenting because, if I were to go off my game right now, I wouldn't be, if I were to tell you about my game right now, I wouldn't want that to be my game if we had the same conversation 10 years from now. I don't want to just be viewed as a bigger guard that's just stupid athletic. I want to be polished. He can shoot the 3, he can guard, he can run a team. There's a whole bunch of stuff, not just what you guys see.
And we know that doesn't happen overnight.
For sure.
So what do you have to put into to accomplish that?
I feel with your J, it's mental. Consistently getting shots up. Developing a post game. I feel like I'm a bigger guard, so developing a post game for sure. And playing without the ball. I feel like I can do that already. But just we were talking about it, you go in the gym one day, maybe one day I want to be JJ Redick. Just catch and shoot, one dribble pull-ups. Next day I'm gonna be Ja Morant. I'm gonna be athletic. I'm gonna use my God-given ability. So just working on a whole bunch of stuff, to be honest.
And that's how you have to look at it. Games is different, but in practice and training, those are the days where you work on weaknesses.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, your bounce ain't gonna change. You're just gonna, to be honest, you're gonna jump higher going forward because you're gonna get stronger. You're gonna know how to jump. Yeah. So you're gonna jump higher. You're gonna get faster.
Yeah.
You're gonna get stronger. So when you're in practices and you're in, working and training, you have to understand that, I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna JJ Redick. I'm gonna play outside myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Catch and shoot fadeaway. I'm gonna practice catch and shoot fadeaways. I'm gonna practice on, just sprinting full court, just going up and down. I want to see how many times I can do this nonstop. I'm gonna sprint down and I'm gonna pick them up full court, to run the ball back at them. You have to challenge yourself, in I call it pointless activities, a practice game, just practice itself. Yeah, it's team building, it's team building.
Yeah.
But are you getting better individually? No. In the team practice. So you have to mentally understand what a practice is. So you gotta remember, this is what we learn going to the next level. High school is just high school, college, same thing. So, getting better in the NBA and start dominating, it's because you start tweaking little things, start realizing, you start talking shit, he can't guard me, so you might as well just help him out. So when I get the ball, double me, because he can't do it himself. Now, I just pissed you off.
Yeah.
So we're in practice. Now you gonna play physical and hard. Now you just got me ready for a Pat Beverly.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because other than that, you were just gonna play regular. But now you gonna foul and do all the extra stuff, what I needed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and that's what you're gonna have to do. Challenge everybody every single day.
Yeah.
But the important thing there is, you just said that you would talk, but that might not be your style. Your style you're a low-key dude. Are you a talker?
Yeah, so like I'm low key.
He said he challenges
like,
them in ones.
Yeah, but like when I'm in the gym, like I just feel like I'm in like this is where I can be myself. I can get off whatever frustration, day-to-day life stuff. Like when I'm in the gym, I just feel like I'm me. I'm just in my crib. So it's like I feel like I can talk to whoever. I don't know, like how I am off the floor. I don't think it really carries on to like who I am on the floor. I'm more talkative on the floor.
But some guys are just so high energy. I was watching an interview with Iverson, and think of the way he approached the game. He was talking about the first time he played Jordan, and he was like glowing, Michael Jordan. It was just like Michael Jordan didn't have to say anything to me to intimidate me. Mm-hmm. So some guys don't need that.
But Michael Jordan was a trash talker.
Yeah.
But Allen Iverson wasn't a trash talker. You know what I mean? I trash talk in practice.
He was more like get the crowd hype. He needed
No,
energy.
he played with heart. But what I'm saying, when it came to trash talking, Iverson didn't trash talk unless you trash talked him. Other than that, he was a quiet guy. He just played extremely hard. Same thing with Vince never said anything. KD's not. I mean, unless you just there's certain guys that just play.
Yeah, you gotta poke.
Unless you poke the bear, and we used to say that. You poke the bear, I'm gonna bite.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I trash talk pregame, tip off, but when it came to the actual playing, I didn't really say much.
But you needed that to get yourself hyped pregame.
Pregame? No, because I want the best. So if I'm going to play against New York Knicks and they last, I'm gonna talk. Because it's the New York Knicks, and we, mentally on the record, it's like, oh, they trash. So you go into the game, they trash, bro.
Yeah.
So now I gotta, that's one of those games I have to, because I'm gonna get up for the Lakers, I'm gonna get up for everybody who's popping, or any good guard that's coming at me, but when it's a guard who ain't worth the shit, and you be like, so I gotta hype myself up because he ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing there, is to identify your style of play, and then your style as far as it relates to your personality.
Yeah.
You have to figure out, how many games you guys got. You look through the schedule, you circle big games. Them big games is just like Red Bulls. It's those games where you be like, we playing them? Oh.
Yeah.
Those are the most important. Those are the most important games. They're harder because you already took them lightly, and you got to remember, just like you circle big games, they circled you.
Yeah, that was our problem this year. Yeah, because we'll play great against all the best teams, and we'll play a team that has no business even competing with us, and people be like, "What the hell are they doing? Like what's the problem?" But like people will go into the game, man, I'm just chilling. Like I swear to God, some of my teammates, even me, like I'm guilty of this. Like they'll be like, "Oh yeah, so like." What such and such, like whatever the person's name is, like what Amari are we getting today? Like when it comes to like a team that wasn't as good, and that's not cool. So
man, and that's same thing in the NBA. It's the same thing, and you have to realize it. High school, college, you're gonna have to realize that. All right, this is one of them games where the opponent is not good. So I have to say something to myself. I have to say something to the team to at least get us to start before this sorry team. Because gotta remember, the sorry team is gonna be hyped to play you. Yeah. It's you being hyped to play them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those like, all right, listen. Let's be up by 20 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's be by 20. We're gonna press them. So you gotta challenge yourself so you're on point every single time. And we can't get used to turning it on and turning it off.
Right.
Even though that's what we naturally do. But like in pros, the superstars out of 82 games, they played their asses off 75 of them. They came to play 75 games.
Yeah.
Your all NBA players, 72, 71, 69. Then you have someone that you be like, yo, dude is nice, but why he ain't making it? He came to play out of 82 games, 41.
Yeah.
41 to 50. Those are those tweeter guys like, you can make the all-star, but just something's not clicking because he's a half and half player. And you gotta learn how to sustain your greatness 70-something times.
Right.
You know what I mean? Same thing with high school. You're playing 35 games, you gotta understand how to sustain it. So that comes from just being here.
Yeah.
Never going too high, never going too low. Understanding that if I'm 0 for 10, I'm 0 for 10. You know, I got 10 rebounds, 5 steals. He ain't scored, locked him up. And then second, you erase all that. Second half is a new game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in the second half, you started something new. You know what I mean? All what you did in the past, short-term memory loss. What I did first half has no bearing on the second half.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's hard to do.
Yeah.
You know, because you 0 for 10, be like, man, dang. Yeah. You know, you're gonna do that, but you gotta somehow try to get it out your mind, you know, to start that second half fresh.
Right. But Amari, what you just said was, you mentioned the team. And take us inside what it is like at Sierra Canyon, because it's a high-profile program. But still, the really important thing that, you know, of course you're gonna get everybody's best shot, but you have to identify everybody's roles. So how did you guys sort that out to where you know everyone's gonna be in the right place?
I think the good thing about this past year's team was that we all kind of knew each other, and we all like knew what each other was good at. Like I knew BJ was a supreme scorer. I knew Z Will was like a point forward. I knew Taryn, he liked to score the ball. I know Harold, he doesn't really want to go inside. He'll go inside. You get what I'm saying? So like we knew each other's personnel already, and we had people that were returning, so it wasn't that hard. And people like, I don't know, players made it abundantly clear like what they were like here for. If you get what I'm saying. So like BJ came out here, he made it abundantly clear like he was here for business, and you can see like he took over. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So it's like everyone kind of had their set role after like the practices. You kind of get to know like who's who and what's what. So it wasn't that hard.
But I gotta think everybody was there for business.
Yeah, everyone was there for business, but like there are people that are here for business, and then there are people that are here for business, but they kind of like what comes with all like that kind of like what comes with the whole package. You know what I'm saying? So.
You know, I remember like seeing some of the scores, and then I'll see Coach Dre, and I'm like, man, you got too many horses, bro. Let them go. Yeah. Let them go, bro. This ain't Cleveland 1998, man. Right. Let them go. Like, you know, you just let them just run everyone out the building. I mean, you have the athletes, you have the scoring ability, you have the talent to do it. Like, you know, try to put some things in where you just let them flying up and down and just run everybody out of the building. And he started doing it. He was like, you know, I was doing me early. You know, now I'm letting them do them a little bit better.
Yeah, towards like the second half of the season, like everyone started to realize like everyone understood his discipline, but then like as a unit, we all knew too, like, all right, like we just gotta go play. And at the end of the day, you know, like we can't just like keep, I don't know, harping on like what he's trying to tell us. Mm-hmm. Or like the discipline that he's trying to instill in us, and just like go out there and play at the end of the day.
You know, I always, you know, got this from coaches. No matter what they're talking about, as long as you play hard, it kind of washes out
everything.
It kind of washes out everything, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like.
Well, then the pressure's on the coach, because like, played our ass off, we lost. So
yeah, but as long as you know, like, you know, I'd rather have a team that goes like just ball out. They're just playing 100 miles an hour and don't make anything. I'd rather have that than have a lazy crew.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want a lazy crew. A lazy crew, you know you can't win. You know, at the end of the day with them. But if I got a group that's gonna go out there and they're gonna be picking up full court, they're doing this, they're doing. Hey, there ain't really much I can. You know, I'm a yell just because that's what I do. But other than that, it's just y'all
play.
Y'all go out there and play.
And when it comes down to it, you guys have the tools to execute,
yeah,
which is the good news too. But for you, how do you approach your role? First of all, you have to identify that, but then, you know, I know you're a deep dude, you're well thought out, so for you, what goes into that?
Well, I went and sat down with Coach Dre and we talked about my role. He was like, yeah, like you averaged like 10, 12 points like your first 2 years. He was like, we're gonna need like 25s and 30s like to get over the hump. But this year's 10 year, I'm just like,
What?
and he told me something. He was just like, go out there and play how you did in 8th grade. And like that just like rung a really fat bell. I was just like in 8th grade, you know, you have all this, how do I explain it? I don't know, it's just like you get to high school and then it's just like, you feel like you're in like this box, but you're really not. Like, you're really not in the box. Like you're boxing yourself. So I just get to go out and play now, and that having the ultimate green light, that's something that everyone wants. So I'm.
And I used to say it a long time ago. I think I said it was on my early in the podcast where I was saying, you know, it's like having a pit bull. You know, he ain't scary if you got the leash with him. You know, you take that leash off and let him walk by himself. Now that's a scary pit bull.
Yeah.
You know, so with coaches, if you don't let your pit bulls off the leash, no one is going to be scared of it. You know, so when you have that sit down and he says, hey, I need you to do this. I need you to 25, 30. So he doesn't max just, hey, 25, 30, whatever. That means whatever you gonna do it. Be your 8th grade self. Dominate.
Right.
You know what I mean? That right there, without any, if he would have started the season right there after that conversation, you would have averaged 25, 30.
Facts.
Because mentally, he just unlocked some doors that you thought was shut.
Yeah.
He walk in there. And that's what I tell coaches, like when you see your talent, keep letting them know you have the green light. Green light. There's no yellow. There's no yellow. Green. Green. You know what I mean? Because you want them to, their creativity to keep going. Just because once you tell a kid that, hey, you know,
slow down.
Just don't do as much as you thinking you trying to do. He becomes narrow-minded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't want a narrow-minded basketball player.
And they second guess themselves.
You know, yeah, because, you know, basketball is gray area. It's not black and white. You know what I mean? I can't say, all right, you're going to go out there and you're going to average 12 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists.
Yeah, nah.
Because
like that.
What ends up happening is, if that kid is talented, he's going to actually give you that exact number.
Yeah.
Because he's so talented that he can dial down his game just for those numbers to make you happy. When he really had 20, 12 and something in his body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you want to give your guys who have the green light. Just let me see what you're capable of. You want to try a windmill 360 on the fast break? Let me see it. You know what I mean? You know, it's like I want to see what comes up here when you're on fast breaks, you're in traffic, because once that kid unlocks everything, his game becomes unstoppable. You know, like James Harden. If someone would have put clamps on him, you wouldn't be getting all this creativity you have. You know, the Luka, you wouldn't be getting that. You know, the Trae Young throwing it. I'm guarantee you, nobody, the coach ain't said, hey, don't be throwing it between people's legs. You know, that ain't, no.
They just let him play.
Do you?
Yeah.
You know, so his brain kicks in a whole different level.
Well, what's the worst thing as a coach you could do is hurt your player's confidence. Because then that's a whole nother thing that you got to try to draw back, and that we've seen it. Guys lose a whole season off that, you know, or they leave or whatever. For you guys too, though, you know, as Sierra King, you're getting everyone's best shot every night. Which is that the toughest thing you got to face?
I don't even think it's that. To be honest, I just think it's us as a unit, and we know like everything that. I don't know. It got to a point in the season, like whenever like we would have our team like discussions, like before the game, we'd just be like, we already know like everyone's at our neck. We know, like not everyone is our fan, but like you gotta. We still have the hardest thing was just going out and playing. That was the hardest part. And I say that because like that's like it gets real draining after a minute. Like you walk, like I remember like I'd walk in the locker room sometimes. I'll just hit a camera. And I'll be pissed. Like I'm just like, yo, like I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to go talk to you know like that like sometimes we'll just be like, we're human, like just go out and play. And that was like the hardest thing because everyone felt like they had to put on this front because we were like the most talked about and watched high school team. But we would like at the end of the day, you still gotta hoop. You can't be a robot out there. So
you know, but when it comes to like having, we call it the sideshow. The sideshow is because you guys are so big, everyone wants a piece of you.
Yeah.
You guys gotta understand also and try to, this year too, that you're gonna have to put some boundaries. You're gonna have to put boundaries, but in the NBA, we had the same thing. College, we had the same thing where pre-game, if something happened, you got cameras. Hey, so, this person just said, they'd like for you to pass the ball a little bit more, right? That's before the game. Now I'm looking like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So he ain't saying I pass. Now you sitting here, like, oh, he want me to pass the ball to him. So there was a point in my career where I said, I do not do interviews before games.
Yeah.
I don't talk on the phone before games because at the end of the day, there's nothing that this reporter's gonna say that's gonna help me play. There's nothing on this phone that's gonna help me score 30-something. Yeah. There's nothing on there there's nothing no one's gonna say, like, good luck, babe. Like, babe, this ain't gonna help me score 30. I'm trying to listen to my pocket. You can't stop me. You know what I mean?
Right,
There's nothing the reporter's gonna tell me that's gonna help my game. So if it can't help it, then the only thing it can do is hurt it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things is, if the cameras are in, you say, not until the game's over. You know what I mean? With the whole team, put the rule, not until the game's over with. We came here to perform and do our duty. We want to keep our minds sharp. Right. We're not gonna let, questions come in, answers come in, that's gonna just take away from, what we're here to do. We'll talk to you after the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to start putting stuff in there like that, just going forward anyway. Understanding that, when it's game time, it's game time.
Yeah.
It's just one of those, get into a routine. Routines is more important than we think.
Yeah, I didn't find my routine until mid-season. Yeah, I didn't find mine until mid-season. Get some Alfredo, take usually, so like we'll have like, in the morning we'll have team shoot around, come back. That's when I usually, like if there's normally like an Olive Garden everywhere we go to, so I'll get Alfredo.
That's a heavy pregame meal though.
What, Alfredo?
Yeah.
I feel like I get a little
That
energy.
slows you down. And
no, see, that's not your routine. Keep going.
Alfredo, take a shower, Norma take, nap, and then I have a peanut butter and jelly like not even like 20, 30 minutes before. And then like it'll just, I don't know.
What's so funny is that's gonna be your routine forever.
Yeah.
As long as you're lactose tolerant, because
no. But I'm saying is that because he's had success with this, it's gonna be his routine until something else. Like, mine was Boston Market. I go to Boston Market. I go to Boston Market, and then take my nap, watch my
mac and cheese.
I'll watch a movie. So my thing was I start the movie and fall asleep to the movie for my pregame, and then when
Wait, is Boston Market in every city?
No, this is for at home games. Road games, it was a cheeseburger, salad, fries.
Yeah, that's a terrible pregame meal too.
And Coke. But I'm eating this at 3:30.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Hey, people got their ass busted off that meal, okay? All right? Mm-hmm. And then at home, I had to drive the same lane. So it was a 2-lane Georgetown Pike. I drove in the same lane. I don't care how much traffic it was. Every game. So, the only time I'll have a problem is if they shut this lane down, I get all the way to that person and just refuse to, it depending on what time. I would just wait for the tow truck to go tow this shit. I ain't in a hurry, bro. Yeah. Like, it'd be stuff like that. Like, I'll be late to if I get there at 3:30, I'll get there at like 5:36 because I refuse to just do that.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I'll just wait. Ain't gonna mess.
That's my pregame.
Because if I do that, that looks like it's about to be 17 to 25. This right here is 30 to 40. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that's what my brain told me. And that's what my brain told me. And then you can stories like, if I had a bad game, bad half, I shower. I'll take a shower with the uniform and everything on.
Wow.
Wash all that, dude. That was bad. I'll wash that stink off.
Yeah.
I just washed it. I'll just wash it off. I'll take my shoes off, shoes and socks, and wash the jersey. And then
How did it dry?
I didn't care about it being dry. Just wring it out, and then put it back and go.
Yeah.
That's you'll see. You read about it. Go out there, 40.
Yeah, I had this thing with trolley gummy bears too. Like once the season started, like trolleys and Skittles. So like every time we get like a TV timeout, because like we would be on ESPN a lot, like a TV timeout or like just like any type of break, like I ask one of the assistant coaches like slide me some trolleys, like some Skittles, and get me over the hump. Yeah.
Get you over the hump.
That's superstition.
That's all it is. Superstition. We call it routine, but it's superstition.
Yeah.
Gil, let's take a break to talk about one of our favorites, Manscaped. You know, it's playoffs time, and we got to thinking. We got the Clippers, we got the Nuggets, Clippers, and then those Nuggets. Who does that remind you of?
The lawnmower.
That's right, Manscaped's lawnmower. Take care of your Nuggets with these Clippers, AKA the lawnmower. So you're familiar with these lawnmower 3.0.
What man isn't?
They should be.
Gotta keep them smooth as eggs.
If you're not familiar, I don't know if that's what you're after. Just keep them clean.
Keep them clean.
Nip tuck, that kind of thing. Or smooth as eggs. I like that. So yeah, the lawnmower 3.0 is what we got, and you know, Manscaped provides the best tools for the grooming experience. You know, with the lawnmower 3.0, it's the best hygiene tool for the modern man because of their ceramic blade and skin-safe technology. As you know, your snags will be reduced. They actually just released their Shears 2.0 nail kit, which is the perfect add-on to the Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer. The Shears 2.0 is a luxury 4-piece nail kit featuring tempered stainless steel tools, and it includes slash-tip tweezers, rounded point scissors, fingernail clippers, and a medium grit nail file. Their perfect package 3.0 comes with the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0, waterproof cordless body trimmer, performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag for you to use when you're done quarantining. The perfect package 3.0 also comes with the crop preserver and crop reviver. So it's the whole package for your package.
Yes. The whole
I should write
You got
this.
it, yes, you got it.
That's why we do this.
Okay,
That's why we do it. You know, we can prepare.
Package.
And that's what everybody's got to know it's the workflow. So you get them smooth as eggs, you do the crop, then you have to afterwards preserve.
Preserve them. I like it, keeping us groomed.
That's right.
Like
We're modern men. Yeah.
Real men.
Real men?
Real men, keep them clean.
Because it's not just for men, it's for the ladies too.
Yes.
Okay. Just gotta get that in there. All right, Gil, so we also have something very important. It's a deal for fans of the No Chill podcast. 20% off. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code
No Chill.
No Chill at manscaped.com. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code
No Chill.
Where at?
Manscaped.com.
Manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping, and use the code No Chill. Take care of your grooming game and get it to the next level.
Next level.
Smooth as eggs.
Smooth as eggs.
Gil, let's also talk about our good friends, the great people at Hawthorne. Because Hawthorne, there's a secret, and there's something about you right now I notice is different.
Oh yes, I'm super, super fresh.
This Hawthorne is super fresh.
Super fresh.
So what we did is we took the quiz, and it made a custom line of soap, shampoo, body wash, face cleanser, cologne, all custom made. Lotion. So you're also super smooth.
Smooth.
No ash here.
No ash here.
And it custom made this just for you. And ebony and ivory is gonna be different things, right? So what is it for you? What are you using?
I stay with the lotion. You know, ashy and classy. You know, so I stay lubed up.
I made it a part of my everyday routine. My shower, my shampoo to body wash, face cleanser, lotion afterwards. Get you right.
Yes.
Get you out the door.
That's the only way to use it.
And the thing is, we took this quiz, so it's just for us. So we know it's right. And there's no wrong answers on that
No
quiz.
wrong answers once you
Always A+.
dial in all the things you need to do.
It's very simple. It's a 2-minute quiz. Tells you exactly what you need. It's totally risk-free with free shipping and free returns. So check this out, Gil. For fans of the No Chill podcast, check out Hawthorne at hawthorne.co. That's Hawthorne with an E. Use the promo code
No Chill
for 10% off your first purchase. That's HAWTHORNE.CO. And use the code
No Chill
for 10%.
Freshness.
Super freshness.
For freshness.
Hawthorne.co. Go get you some.
Yes. And you get 10%, right? 10% off? Okay.
You said it. But when it comes to skill, Mari, you also have something that I think both of us are a fan of is you have that lefty. And that's just so different. When you think of guys like James or you got Manu Ginobili, even Lamar Odom, there's just something different about lefties.
I mean, lefties is unique because, we're in a right-handed world. So, how we think and taught, push everybody to the left. You push right to the left, So now when it comes to lefties, it's push them to the right, where we wasn't taught to defensive slide, push going that way, because we spent our whole life forcing them left. So our left push off the play defense was better. So when you get a lefty coming in and you're saying push him right, he always has that step, that step on you. You know what I mean? His step back. It's just there's this little combo, bop, bop, like God. Man. You know what I mean? So the left needs to become hard because it's foreign to you. And they just have this weird game. They shoot off the side.
Yeah. Like right here.
Their feet is pointing a whole nother way.
It's like very rare to come across like a lefty that shoots like this.
Yep.
Very rare.
Like that shoots straight up. It's rare.
Yeah.
They can. So it's like they can torque their body going this way to shoot back this way. Like, when you see James Harden and his step back, the reason it's so dangerous, because when he step backs, he never has to,
he doesn't have to, shift his body to the rim, just get it up.
But how do you see that as a cheat code?
How do I see being a lefty as a cheat code? I don't know, because I can hit someone with the same jab step, the same stutter step, jab, and I don't know, until
you get the same result.
Yeah, I get the same result every single time.
Get the same result. You're not used to it. It's like, was it baseball? It's like baseball
left-handed pitcher.
Having a left-handed pitcher. It's just it's different.
Yeah, all my teammates have said it's just it's harder guarding a lefty because you're not gonna guard a lefty every single day. I don't know. I don't really know what it is because I'm playing my game, so I don't really know how to answer that. We just are just different than the righties.
Yeah, there's a move. I used to watch Zebo practice it and do it in games. He's on this side of the block, posting up, and when he turns in face, he turns and he can put his right elbow on you, so it'll be on that shoulder. And then push you, and then the fade away, and you can't block it. And I used to try it on my right side, and why I can't do that?
Yeah.
I should be able to just, push him off, and because he don't have to put his body back. He don't have to face up again. So when he's jabbing, he's putting like this, he can just shoot
from right there.
And he's facing this way. And I'm like, that's a
lefties only thing?
Yeah, that's a lefties only thing because,
I don't see a lot of righties what righties really shoot shots like that.
No, they don't. As I said, it's just it's a cheat code. It's a cheat code. Right now, where do you rank yourself in your class?
I feel like I'm the best player in the class.
Okay.
I think so.
Would you want him to say anything else?
Nah, but still,
it's good to hear that
way.
Yeah.
That confirmation.
I feel like I've seen everyone in the class just line them up.
I asked it because it's hard to evaluate, when someone has a star role and you have to reduce your role to complement the rest of your team. So it's hard to say, all right, this guy is here instead of you. Because, and then you're like, well, I averaged 30. He only averages 12. Well, you take away the 3 players on his team and have him by himself, I'm pretty sure he averaged 30, 42.
Right.
So that's hard to.
Yeah, it's very hard for people if you're not a basketball brain, or if you don't know anything about the game, you're not gonna appreciate it. You're just gonna appreciate the 30 points, the crowd, and the followers. You're not gonna see oh well, he had 12 points, he ran the team, his plus minus was crazy. And they got a dub, and they're one of the top teams in the country. Not a lot of people are gonna really look at that.
Yeah, and that's why when you're moving to the next level, and you wonder why, where did he come from? He was already there. He just had other players that were just, he had to, turn his engine off for.
Yeah.
You know, it had nothing to do with his talent. His talent is always spoken. It's just he had to turn his engine, you know, and that the numbers you was judging him off of wasn't his real numbers. And, you know, and it's hard for people in the basketball world to really understand that. You really have to be in tune with basketball to go into the draft room and say, all right, I have a guy who had a team by himself, averaged 28. This guy averages 12, but he had 4 other players on him. I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah.
You know, his ceiling is higher. It's hard, you know, it's hard to catch that, you know, because you're just going off of, you know, face value of everything we see.
Yeah. And that's the important thing when really it matters when you get to the league.
Yeah.
So that's what people I think don't realize what you're saying is like you could play in a system in high school, system in college, but when you're in the NBA, it's like
it's you. It's your individual skill.
Yeah,
you
but like, you know, like I wouldn't want it any other way. Like the path that I'm on, like I'm very appreciative for like the blueprint that's like been put in front of me because not a lot of people like know how to adapt, like you said. Like if you put another top player in my shoes, then like not a lot of people are gonna like want to do that. Like what I had to do, like the past 2 years, like not a lot of people are gonna want to have to like backseat deal with like certain types of politics, like you no matter how good you are, like there's still gonna be politics at the end of the day. So like there was a whole bunch of stuff that like factor into like how stuff went the way that it went. I don't think a lot of people can like endure that because I feel like I can go play and score 40, but like that's not what's that gonna do for me.
Yeah, you know, and that is a big key. You know that you're enduring it early and you're understanding it early because you got to remember you don't want to hit this. You know, at 21, and you know, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to hit it at 21 when you think you're coming in as a star and you're about to sign this, you know, this deal next year, and someone gets traded, and you're like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And now your whole game went down because now he has the ball. Like, nah, you understand the politics, you understand the sacrifice, you understand all of that. Still, while being dominant. That's gonna help you moving forward.
Facts, because like when I get in a situation where they sit down, they're like, yo, Amari, like we need you to do this, this, and this. All right, cool. Like that was like, it's like an iPad. I got like, what app do you need? Like what app do you want to play? You know, if you need me to score 30, I'll score 30. You want six rebounds, 6 rebounds. Like.
Yeah, I mean that is a great gift. That is like people don't know. That's what I said. You can't when you're you know, recruiting someone to college, you're, you know, drafting someone in the NBA, the key factor is, can they adapt fast enough? Do they want to be great?
Yeah.
You know, I don't care how much I don't care if he came off the bench, you know, if his raw talent is there, I know he can adapt to any situation and he's going to work to be good.
Yeah.
With that, I will risk my job on any player. You know, and that's just, you know, that's how it's supposed to be. Like, you know, you can go get the guy who has no upside, you know, averaging 20. Okay, cool. Yeah. You know, but if I don't put him in the same situation that he's in college, that ain't worth to me anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I need some guy I can give him any offense and he's going to be productive.
Yeah. And a great place to figure that out early, and you have great experience with it, and I don't think a lot of people know about it, is Team USA and the selection process for that. I have
some stories for that too. Yeah.
Speaking of politics.
Yeah, USA was no joke. I realized like USA, you don't get picked off of like who's the best because I saw the 12 to 14 players that were in the room. I'm like, damn, like. You know, like when you go to an event and you'll be like, yo, like, yeah, like this dude, like this cat about to show out. Like I'm already knowing what to expect from like certain players. And you be like, damn, like, I did not think I was gonna be playing with y'all. Like that's how the Team USA like trial was. There's this drill where if you get an assist, if someone passes you the ball for an assist and like you have to like give them their credit. Or if you don't give them the credit, like it's -1 and the first team to like -5 loses. But like they're checking to see if you're paying attention to like those little details. Yeah, USA is no joke. My thing was with USA, I thought I was just gonna go and pick everyone up 94 feet because I would watch the mini. So going into the USA, I watched all the minicap trials. I realized everyone just plays shadow defense on each other. Like no one really wants to like go at each other, poke the bear. So when I got there in June, I picked everyone up 94 feet. I kept it in the back of my mind. My freshman year, I didn't get invited to the September October trial camp. Like that was in the back of my head. I was like, y'all gonna put me on this team. Like that was my
That's
whole
Chicago.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That is Chicago. I never made that team.
Yeah,
so
but you got to understand that it's a different level, and it's we know about the Olympic teams and it's pros making this team, and even that process is kind of crazy because it's basically like selecting between all-stars. Same thing, it's other kids. It's kids.
It's no matter what it is, it's the elite or supposedly the elite of you guys' class. And when I did play in the Olympics, I didn't. To be honest, I was selfish because I didn't care about anything but trying to get better.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening is, you have LeBron, D-Wade, Melo, Chris Paul, Joe Johnson. They're all on one team.
Yep.
And it's me, Kirk Heinrich. Who do we have? We had Kirk Heinrich. Oh, they had Chris Bosh.
We had Brad. I was about to say Bosh too.
We had Brad Miller. They had Dwight. We had Antoine Jameson. So we were the second unit. So we used to play these games, and it was funny because I knew it was pissing, and this is why I still hate Coach K. I knew it was pissing Coach K off. Is because my team knew who they was gonna get a ball to.
Yeah.
And I think he was mad that I was beating his starting five.
Yeah.
So if we was going to 21 and they're putting like the zone, we got to practice for the zone. Like, oh, they're gonna put a zone. And all you have is Kirk Heinrich and them looking for me the whole time. They didn't even look. So I got 17 out of 21.
Yeah.
But I was looking at it as like, these are the best five that basketball can put against me. I wasn't even planning on passing the ball ever. Because I'm trying to get ready for my season, but this is gonna be the best five that I can ever go against in this life.
Right.
I wanna see if I can dominate them. And that's all I went in, every day I went to practice, that's all I cared about.
Yeah.
I wanna see if the best, this is the Avenger five.
Yeah.
You have Chris Paul and his D, you got Dwayne Wade is after his D, you got LeBron James, I would never play against a superstar lineup against this. So I'm not gonna, this ain't just gonna be nah. It was dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. I'm trying to,
fry you.
I was looking good, but it was one of those things when they were like, you're on the bubble. Because there's more politics, Nike versus Adidas, it was more politics. But when I left there, my confidence shot. Because it was like,
I just fried all of them.
It's like
and that's what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like you said, like with confidence, like you can be the weakest dude, but like if you have the confidence and you, like we had the conversation earlier, like if I can look into your eyes and I know that you're soft, like I'm gonna much rather like want to take on the guy that's soft than the guy that like, oh yeah, like he gonna give me a long night. Like that's just how people are. Yeah.
So when you get to that level, what was the toughest adjustment for you? Really, because that's the highest level of competition you can reach at this point.
Not getting down on myself too much, because at USA, like everyone tries to play the perfect game. Like if you go to any like USA camp, like everyone wants to like give the perfect pass, or like everyone wants to look so professional. It's just like if you go there and like you just play like yourself and you do what the coaches are asking of you, like I just felt like I was gonna give them a reason not to, like I have to be on the floor. Mm-hmm. I remember we got to Brazil and we were playing Puerto Rico national team for a scrimmage. It's like the first night we get there. And I was like the 13th guy off the bench. And they were like, man, y'all playing soft shit. I'm just looking like I ain't come off. So I'm like, all right, bet. Second half hits, I scored 17 straight, and I was like one of the captains for the rest of the, like one of the defensive anchors for the rest of the tournament. Like just off of like, you got to know what other people aren't willing to do. So if I know I walk into a room and everyone has a scoring ability, like, okay, who's gonna lock up? Who's gonna do like, it's like the little stuff that you aren't willing to do, like that's gonna get you over the hump.
And that's the key, like, just to do things that, that get you in the door.
Right.
You know what I mean? It gets you on the door, get you on the floor, and once you get on the floor, then you get to dictate.
Right, you get to do what you gotta do, yeah.
So, Mar, we've talked about, your style and your approach, but it comes down to this. For you, it's your big picture. So it's a matter of where do you want the game to take you and what do you want to do with the game? So for you, what would you say is, first and foremost, where do you want the game to take you?
To league, for sure. I want to play in the league. I want to be one of the greats that I always play to be one of the greats. I respect who's above me, but like, I don't really care at the end of the day. Like I'm still trying to prove myself too. Like just how you had to prove myself, I had to prove myself the same way. Trying to be one of the greats and then use the game and don't let the game use you. So like build those relationships, build those connections with people, and just like build your brand like you're not just a hooper at the end of the day.
That's a LeBron. That's a LeBron era.
I was gonna say, Gil, that's a new wave.
Yeah, that's a LeBron. That's what LeBron's been teaching everybody.
Because even the idea of I want to get to the league, you have to. Like that's just straight up what it is. But when you get there, what are you gonna do?
As a hooper, all of us, friends, cousins, anybody who touched a basketball, everyone's dream. If you're in sports, your dream is to be the professional. Yeah. I want to get there. But there's only few that are willing to sacrifice, willing to put the work in to actually get there. I mean, there's gonna be some guys that get there off of just pure talent, and there's some guys that's gonna have to, work extra. But, to be the best, you have the pure talent and you're working extra. And that's where, you separate yourself. Like, I always tell stories like, if you think James Harden, like when people say, yeah, defense is weaker. No, defense ain't weaker. Offense is just better than it was. Like you got guys that I heard how Michael Jordan trained. I heard what time he got to the gym. I got there earlier. I see what Kobe was doing. He was taking 400 shots. Okay, I'm gonna do 500 shots, do 600 shots. So what you're having is you have the kids that's hearing the stories, doing that and adding their own. Yeah. So, when people say, yo, James Harden, this and this, well, when James Harden scored 60, 55, this and this, when everybody left, he sat in the gym, shot another 300, 400 shots after his game was over with. Yeah. That's something he added that Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant didn't do. I'm gonna shoot after I perform. Y'all can go have fun and eat dinner and all that. Yeah. I'm gonna stay in the gym and get more shots up. Yeah. So what ends up happening is his offense ability becomes crazier. So when you hear the stories, all they're doing, so it's the offense that's just flipping over faster. Because now everyone you get to piggyback what the last great did. Yeah. And then add your little. So there's no reason he shouldn't average 36 to 40. He's putting in enough goddamn work to do it. You know what I mean? And that's just.
And if you think about the story of how it goes for really most guys like James, guys like Westbrook, guys like Jimmy Butler's another great example, they have all these tools, but you don't really see who they are for 3-4 seasons into their career. You would at first. James was coming off the bench in Oklahoma. He looked good, but he wasn't who he was in Houston down the road.
Because it's what he was asking earlier. It's, what's the biggest adjustments? You're trying to take your talent and you're trying to adjust to adults while you're a kid. Yeah. You know what I mean? You got to remember, you got a star, maybe an older star, a younger star, and you're trying to figure out how you fit into this equation. But, just like anything, a superstar, it takes them about 2 years to make the All-Star game. They'll make it in their second year. Your average Hall of Famer will make it in his third, fourth year. You know what I mean? So, it's that buildup. Like, so somebody like Brandon Ingram, he's right on pace. To believe it or not, he's like, as much as everyone, Brandon, he's right on pace to be a Hall of Famer. He's 22 years old, made his first All-Star game. There's, you know what I mean?
It's playing with all the confidence in the world.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like people, people don't they don't really, grasp it. Like it's gonna take, some guys are gonna get gifted and put into roles where they get to shine right away. You know what I mean?
But it's not automatic.
What?
That it's just gonna click.
No. I mean, for sure. It's years. You have to learn how to take the contact, learn how to, you gotta remember the talent doesn't change. It's being wise. That's all.
And it's the levels that you're at. And I know, Amari, for you, you're in the thick of it with high school, and what's next for you is college. And that level.
Allegedly.
True.
Allegedly. You know what I mean? Allegedly. You know what I mean? I always say this. I can take the top kids right now and dump them in the NBA, put them in the NBA for a year. By the time their second season start, they'll be NBA players. Because they will have adapted to the environment.
Lifestyle.
They done figured, I can get away with this, I can't get away with this. He overjumps, he overplay. You will already have adapted to the style, to the game, to, that's what I said, it usually takes you a few years. It has nothing to do with the talent. You gotta remember what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with the talent. You can take an 18-year-old Luka, put him in the NBA, and he kills it. It has nothing to do with the talent. It's how fast you can adapt to everyone else.
Yeah. Also how you're prepared for it. So Luka was early, 13, 14-year-old.
But that's that overseas.
It's different. Right.
That's a different game.
That's actually the advantage that they have. But what you said earlier was you want to develop things like, your post game, to these things that you want to really have in the toolbox. You want to have that complete toolbox as a pro, or at least have everything.
You can, but 99% of the pros ain't got a toolbox.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you don't want to be that 99%.
No, I'm just saying, you want to polish your game. You want to be defined. But once you get there, that's when you start. You have to be a machine. Yeah. You have to be a machine. You got to pick up quick. Like, we want to get lost in the lifestyle because we're NBA players. Like, I got the NBA now. I got the money. About to go to the club. About to go to the mall. Buy all this shit. Nah, it's adapting faster. Yeah. You know what I mean? Playing against James Harden, seeing what he did, adapting. Okay, let me write down. That's all I used to do is write down. Let me see. Okay, I need to check that move. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, this guy did this. Let me write that down. And you get to start working on it, training it. Yeah. So you add it to your game now in real time. So now you just seen the move happen. You didn't have it. Now you done worked on it for 2 weeks. Now you have it. You know what I mean? That's how you get better.
All right, Amari, you got one in early, but it was unofficially an Ask Agent Zero, so now it's officially Ask Agent Zero time. Man. What do you have on deck?
I'm gonna start off with an easy one. Who was the hardest player that every year you're like, yeah, I gotta be ready for this guy?
Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson. Because I always say Allen was that he was like that white boy player in high school that played balls hard, sweating on you playing. Okay, but he was the talent. It was the talent. You know what I mean? So he's playing 150 miles an hour the whole time. So you're gonna go from him getting a steal here to him saving the ball, jumping 4 rows into the what's the name? Somehow he got out of that and made a layup. Yeah. Wait, what? You know what I mean? That was his hustles. If a ball got knocked loose and you jogging, I was about to go out of bounds, he sprint to it, die. He was one of those guys. So when you played against Allen, it was one of those things that he is the Red Bull. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, trying to stop him from scoring was a whole issue on itself. Yeah. Because, green light, green light, green light, he had no conscience. He's trying to score 50, 60. Yeah. But it's matching his energy was what people didn't understand. We got to match his energy to even compete with the 60.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those guys, you got to pick him up, 64 feet. You got to do all that. It's like, it's, because, like on offense, you got to try to get him tired when you don't have the ball because you don't want him to rest because he's doing the same thing. Like, it was just, it was like, you'd rather guard, to be honest, you'd rather guard Kobe.
Really?
Than Allen.
Why?
Because with Kobe, he's gonna go to his spots. It's gonna, I'm walking down, come on, woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
You already know, you
know what's coming.
You're gonna get someone who's trying to score 60, but there's different types of 60.
Yeah.
This guy he's a 60 headache.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of those 60 headaches where it's like, it's just a nonstop coming. Mm-hmm. Like, I know, Kobe got the ball every single time, but it didn't actually feel like it. Yeah. Because it's like, it went through offense. Yeah. It went through offense, he cut, passed it, backdoor, this. Okay, he came to he looked around, he didn't like it, passed it, reposted. Okay, whoo, got some breaks. Yeah. Allen, as soon as he got the ball, he went to go try to score. If he didn't, he passed it, got it back, then tried to score. Yeah. He didn't like that, he got it, then tried to score. Yeah. It's like, God, like you. Yeah. So you're sitting here like, stop me real quick. Yeah. and don't have on number 3. Yeah. If you had on number 3, he took it personal.
Amari, we need a quick, I'm gonna jump in, we need a quick answer on this one. There was a famous crossover where he got your teammate, Antonio Daniels, not once, but twice. Remember the play? Also,
I remember the play.
Because you also, I see that play a lot. Yeah. You were in the corner, and you knew not to jump in there.
Because we don't supposed to leave the corner. We're not supposed to leave. You're not supposed to leave the corner. You just you got to shoot in the corner. See, that's the NBA. Like, I guess.
Yeah, you can't leave corners.
High school and college is like let the corner shooter shoot.
Get stunned and get back, right?
Yeah, some players.
Yeah.
Some players you just don't even
stay
flinch.
Home.
Yeah, just stay home.
Yeah. So.
Because the big man's supposed to pick him up.
So Antonio was on an island.
I'm gonna tell you how crazy that play was. So the play was he bopped him, boom, bopped him again. Mm-hmm. Everyone jumped up cheering. We inbounded the ball, drove down, dunked on Chris Webber and Dallenberg.
You did?
Yeah.
I never saw that.
I know.
Side of the play.
Stay hyped.
Yeah.
Stay hyped. Yep, it happened right after. Like, soon as that happened, we inbounded, ran down, and boom.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but the crowd was already still
off. Yeah, you already know what it is. Did it ever feel like a never-ending cycle? Like, damn, like, what am I gonna do?
When you're losing.
Okay.
Because you gotta remember, when you're losing, you're going home by yourself. And you have to dwell on that loss all day. Now, that's what I'm saying. It's not like college where, you're going back to the dorm and then y'all gonna be sitting in the dorm like, when y'all go home, you back to wherever you at. You know what I mean? And you sitting there like, man, I done 0 for 12. Coach didn't do this, man.
Yeah.
And then, catch yourself 2, 3 in the morning, can't sleep, you back in the gym.
Yeah.
Like going there, you just go in a steam room in a jacuzzi. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's one of them, you don't live by time anymore.
Right.
The only time that matters to you is practice time, game time. The rest of the time is basically relevant. Like I'll wake up at, 2, 3 in the morning and be like, man, I'm gonna drive 45 minutes to go to the steam room. Go to the steam room, sit in the hot tub, go back home. I just know I gotta be back here by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's different. Yeah. Right now your time is, it's managed.
Yeah.
It's managed so you don't see. That's why I said, what we're in right now, to quarantine, is basically how that's how NBA life is be. Either you're gonna spend the time just practicing all day because you ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Or you sit there and play video games,
Yeah. What was like the city that you least wanted to go to? You're like, damn, like I don't want to play here tonight. Like I don't want to go there.
Chicago.
Really?
You know how cold it is, bro?
Yeah, I know.
You know how
it get.
Man,
I know how it get. Yep.
Dead Minnesota, man. I remember we left Chicago and we had to beat a storm to Minnesota. where we had to beat a storm going to Minnesota. So we couldn't land in Minnesota, so we had to land like 2 hours out of Minnesota and then drive. We're playing them, and they decide they're not gonna cut the hot water on. So imagine playing, and after the game, you can't actually take a shower. Because you know that water was ice cold water. Like stuff like that, you know, it's like, you know, you're like, they with us. So, you know, you got that. We call it the 3 M's, basically.
Minnesota.
Memphis and Michigan.
Milwaukee.
Huh?
Milwaukee.
Or what did I say?
Memphis, you said Michigan?
Huh?
Detroit.
Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah. So not Milwaukee. I thought you were gonna say Milwaukee, because you know what? Chicago at least has a vibe.
It's cold.
Milwaukee's cold, Minnesota's cold. Chicago is
cold.
They got a music scene.
Not in the winter, not during basketball season.
Doesn't matter.
The
Of those 3 cities, I'll pick Chicago.
But the sad part is, the coldest arena during the season, Phoenix.
What?
Crank the AC.
Yes, they crank the AC on.
Oh, okay.
You be in there like,
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with y'all in here?
Yeah.
You be in there and like, damn, it's cold in these arenas. Like it's like the best arenas to play in is the teams that don't have hockey arenas, that don't have the hockey team.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the ice under there. So if they don't have a hockey, that's gonna be your best bounce. That's gonna be your best bounce, the cities that don't have hockey teams. Which Phoenix, I don't think Phoenix has a hockey team.
They do.
But I don't know if they play in Phoenix.
I don't know, but I know that.
I mean, I don't know if they play in that arena. But all the teams that don't have, you know.
We'll double check that one.
Yeah, that don't have that ice under the floor, like,
Sacramento.
Yoo-hoo!
Sacramento.
No, they do, because their visiting locker room smells like hockey. You being like, God damn.
that hockey stank.
Yeah, that hockey stank.
So you know, like how AI would say, like, when you were talking about with AI, like, he was like, damn, like that's my, like, did you have a player like that when you, who?
It was Kobe and Shaq.
Oh, damn.
Like, cause when I was with Golden State, they have this, I think they still have it, but it's this preseason schedule that's only with the Lakers. So every other year they go to Hawaii. So we're training. And then we're playing the Lakers. And then boom, all you see is Shaq come out, Kobe come out. Then you had like Lisa Leslie and all of them. I'm like, yeah, I'm in, like we're in a layup line and I'm just like.
Starstruck.
Like, yo, that is really the champs right there. Like, yeah, he big, bro. Y'all gonna have trouble tonight. Man, I feel sorry for whoever got to guard them. Like, I just like detach myself away from the team.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I'm straight in fan mode. It ain't us.
Yeah.
This ain't a us thing. This is,
y'all
gonna have some trouble tonight. They look serious. And I'm pretty sure that all those celebrities came for them, not y'all. And I remember, towards the end of the game, I got in, and I'm shake. Oh, it's the shakes is in. The shakes is in.
Yeah,
Coach, I got the rebound, and they passed it to me, and I'm like, what you passing me for? Run the play, Rook. All right, run down. What? The pick and roll. Got it. Pick and roll. And I came off the pick and roll, and Robert Horry jumped out. It just fell on the floor and just threw the ball.
Rip.
He scared me. It was, they call it a hard show. It was just a regular hard show.
Yeah.
But because it was Robert Horry, seen him hit big shots, and all that, I got scared. He didn't do nothing, just put his arm like that, and I got scared, freaked out, ball flew. They went in and dunked the ball, and I'm like, yeah. This NBA is different. But it was just the shell shock of it all.
So like take a time machine back and travel to like your rookie year. Like what would, like, since you've already been through the league and you know what it's like what would you tell your rookie self if you could have one conversation with your rookie self before you can't talk to him ever again?
Okay. Stay patient. Stay patient. Trust the process. I can't tell my rookie self to take the beginning of the season serious and don't be afraid, because the failure from, how I was, being immature, that led to me being benched. That me being benched turned to depression. That depression turned into anger. That anger fueled me to get better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I warn myself, of like, listen, hey, take this shit serious now. No, I don't know if I get the same result of that player.
Yeah.
Because the anger is what made me tap into, my ability to get angry, to sit at the gym from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m, to pretend that I was homeless, that I'm sleeping inside the gym. There was some times where I couldn't afford gas to go back and forth, from, Alameda to the gym. So I just slept in the gym. Mm-hmm. So I got to sit there and shoot all night and, just reminisce and just put plays back in my head that I seen Jason Kidd do and try to mimic it, So, if I tell myself that, be mature, so you don't get benched, I don't know if that anger is ever tapped into. Yeah. So I, just be patient, be patient. What I would have told my superstar self is shoot after games like James Harden. Really? Now I'm mad that I didn't think of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, damn, all I did is just go home and play Halo and set up to 3 a.m. when I could have been shooting shots. Like James Harden shooting shots. And then I could have won an MVP. Now that's what I'd be thinking. Like, I came in second and runner-up, but if I was shooting shots like James Harden's doing now, after games, I would have beat him for his MVP. Yeah.
Also, while you're back there, tell yourself, don't worry about the fish tank in the SUV.
No, reality kicked in on that one that I couldn't have kept him alive.
That was good news. All right, Amari, let's wrap it up because I know you got early workouts tomorrow and your workouts go all day for people that don't know, which is why we're here at night, which is why you're the player you are. So, we can get out on this. And here's a secret. Those cameras and reporters and producers and people that are in the way, you can tell them, not right now.
Yeah.
And that'll get you, that's a good answer to take forever. Because guess what? They'll say, okay, no problem. They'll understand. If they don't, they probably won't be around you. So, so that's the good news. It's a show always, but enjoy it. Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride.
That's the best
I can say that enjoy the ride. This high school is gonna be just a blimp. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a blimp, but what you want from it, you want a foundation of a work ethic. You know what I mean? That's all you want, a foundation of a work ethic. And that will take you as far as you want to go, having a work ethic, and that's all, when people ask me about high school, it's like, I just worked. Yeah. I didn't care about anything else. Like there was nothing else I wanted. I just wanted to be better than everyone else. So I just trained like a mad dog.
Yeah, and I was having this conversation like in the car, like on the way here. I was just thinking about like how my day-to-day is. Like you can still get your work in. People like often like, you can still get your work in and I get the work in, I still go do the 16-year-old kid stuff that every other 16-year-old in the world wants to do.
Yeah, you just gotta, that's what I said, it's just sacrificing time here to use it here.
Yeah.
That's all it is. If, let's say you wanna go hang out with your friends, okay, maybe I gotta wake up at 5 o'clock and go from 5 to 7, 5 to 9, and get my 4 hours in then, and then I got the rest of my day to actually be a 16-year-old. And that's where I call, most of my training came before school even started.
Yeah.
I just walked across the street, walked into the gym, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, got all my shots up, took a shower, went to school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's so funny is I seen a bunch of your players, working out at 360 at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, why I ain't think of that in high school? Like it wasn't. I was like, I should have did that.
Yeah.
But we didn't have trainers back then, so you know, I was just get on a little shooting machine, do my own little in and out crossover.
Yeah. Get them up.
But you had the dedication and the sacrifices that you're making. You're already on it. So, Amari, appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you, fam. I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be that dude in there. Hey, shoot it! Now don't pass it to him. Don't pass. Oh, no. Shoot that. Shoot it.
Yeah.
He's in your
Get that
corner.
shit up. Yeah.
So that facts. Didn't sound any better?
No.
All right, well, we'll catch you next time. For the Gilbert Arenas, Amari Bailey, I'm Mike Botticello. Remember, No Chill every Monday, 8 p.m. on Fubo. Take care.